and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a terrain build. I try and do terrain build every 7 to 10 days, depending on the schedule and the way things are. For all my regulars here, guys, I feel with love. Thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute, guys. Right, so everyone that's new, when I do terrain builds, I always try and do a terrain build so it's cheap, easy, very easy to build, but very cheap materials. Most of it's made from scrap, stuff you'd normally throw in the bin. So if you're using those materials, it's saving you money, because we're not having to buy specific things in and do all that sort of stuff. It's only costing you like a few paints, you know, a little spray, maybe a bit of glue, stuff that you'd have around anyway. So with that said, today's build, some people are going to say, oh, it's recreating plastic terrain. I do a few days videos sometimes. I'm going to take this is a plastic barrel from Warhammer 40k. I'll take that and I'm going to try and make one. Some people are going to say, oh, what do you use? Now, I've seen barrels being made from the little brass bits that you put on, connect the radiator's pipes with, and things like £5 for a big bag of them or something like that. I've seen them 3D printed. I've seen them, you know, all these different ways of doing them, which is great and fantastic. And, you know, I always say, get as much information about what you're doing from different sources and then make your own mind up. If you find it easier just to buy little brass bits and spray them, off you go. But what I'm going to be doing is making them out of these. So we're going to say, what is that? When you get a drink, fizzy drink or soft drink, you know, diluting juice, just underneath the lid, there's one of these. I drop it everywhere. There's one of these. The lid sits on top. When you undo it, it, you know, shows you that it's not been opened. You get my milk cartons as well, the milk jugs, you know, the 2 pints, the 4 pints, and so on. They're a little bit thinner than this, and a bit wider, but it still gives you the same result. These particular ones are from juice bottles. When I say juice bottles, I'm talking vape juice. Okay, but you can use ones from the, you know, the fizzy drinks, the 500ml fizzy drinks, or the, you know, 1 litre or the 2 litre fizzy drinks, or the juice bottles, normal drinking juice bottles. But I'm going to use them from here. So what we're going to do first of all, I've measured out. I've got all the same size, because there's different sizes you can get. There's no point getting a milk one for, say, 3 litres of milk, and then you're getting a litre milk. It's not going to fit properly, or it might fit, but it's going to be different thickness. It's going to look weird. That's what we're going with. Okay, something like that. So I'm going to need 5, because 4 of them just takes you almost the same size. And some people are going to say, oh, I know where this is going. There's a little bit more that we have to do afterwards. But for the minute, I'm going to start by plastic glue these together. Okay. Someone will say, why not use super glue? You can use super glue. You know, that's a brilliant idea. You can use super glue. But with the plastic glue, what it will do is it'll start to melt the plastic. And then as it dries, it seals the plastic. So, see that? There's a little line between the 2 pieces. We should get rid of that. That should be gone. So I'm going to get on with gluing that together. And we're going to come back and show you how to do the lid and everything else. So see me, guys. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It is very fiddly. I have got glue on there. As you see, the top one's not quite right. But it is the same height. Almost. A couple of mils bigger. But I'm going to leave that to dry. And then when it dries one piece, I'm going to get a bit of sprue, put a bit of sprue through the middle, just so I can hold it. And then I'm going to run the plastic glue around the lines again, because you see it hasn't fully come off. But I should get rid of it then, and then I'll come back to you then. Right, so I'm constructing the second one, but the first one is done. Still see some of the lines on it, which is could disappear once I sprayed it. The next thing to do so there's one thing you need to be aware of as well. Sometimes they have little writing on the bits themselves just to identify what they are. If you do come across one like that, either don't use it or just give it a gentle sand down, try and get rid of it. The next stage we're going to go, we're going to get some serial card. Okay, so you don't even need a blade for this. You could use a pair of scissors. And what we're going to do, we're going to put the serial card on top of it, draw around it, and then we're going to cut out that circle, but we're going to cut it out slightly smaller. Okay, again, it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. And where that's going to go is that's going to sit on top of those little ridges that stick out. Yeah, so it's going to sit just in there, but just on top of the little ridges. So I'm going to get on with drawing around that and, you know, cutting it out, and then we'll super glue that to the piece. So you can see, you'll just drew around it, cut it out roughly, and that actually sits on there quite nicely. May need a little trim down just around the edges, but that's not a big issue because it's card. It's such an easy material to trim a little piece off and manipulate. But I'm going to just trim, it's a little flappy bit there, and there's two little bits just there. Trim those off, and then I'm going to super glue it to it. This is for everyone that's wondering how you're going to spray it down. So what I've done is I put it on the lolly stick, and I used the lolly stick as a handle, sprayed it, and just kept turning it around, and then kept spraying it, and then put a bit of the lolly stick in there so it can dry. Once it's dry, it's fantastic. Now, you might notice it's come up a little bit off of the edge. That's fine, because what I can do is I can get a little tiny bit of filler, just run it along the edge there, and when it's dry, then just give it a little spray of black, or just give it a little black paint, and then just start working away with it. So I'm going to leave that to dry now. Most of the lines look like they're gone, but what lines are left look like it's meant to be there. Very, very easy, very simple. The only thing with this is, I wouldn't suggest mass making them. I would suggest collect the pieces and maybe make one or two a week. Okay, just 5 minutes before you leave your hobby space, just glue a few bits together, and then just, because that looks actually fantastic. When I whack some paint on that, that's going to really stand out even more. But anyway, I'm going to crack back on with it. So here's what we have. Take it up here so it's dry. Inside, so there is a little flappy bit here I'm not happy with, but that is yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give it a silver paint down with some lead belcher. I have the normal base paint with lead belcher, and I have the airbrush version. I'm going to use the airbrush version because the airbrush version is watered down, and as I put it on, it might just, I don't know how to describe it or what the wording is used to describe it, but it sort of just clumps in the areas and it goes a bit watery everywhere else. It's you know, when you paint that's really watered down, it goes a bit weird. With the silver and the black, that'll look really nice, because I'm going to give it probably and then I'll wash down afterwards or something like that. These are not hard to make. I'm already on the second one. It's just collecting these bits and pieces and just holding on to them and storing them. If you have an abundance of these, like I said, you could probably get to this stage in the last 5 minutes before you finish doing your hobby stuff for the day. And then the following day, you'll do another one like this, and the first one you're actually just gluing together. The next day, then you've got, you know, you're starting over the course of a week, you could amass quite a few. And I know some people are going to turn around and say to me, "You're using these ones. Why don't you show us using the milk ones, or show us using the milk ones?" Are the same principle, same idea, same principle. They're just not as thick as these. These are the same sort of thickness, or maybe a little bit bigger than like a juice bowl, like diluting juice or a fizzy drink bowl. You know, so there's not much of a difference. The milk one is thinner and they're bigger. Again, it's the same principle, same idea. You could also, instead of putting the bit on top like I did, just pulled that off, you could do the lid, do it normally, yeah, but then put this one on top. So now what you've got is a platform inside. So you could actually put bits of wood coming out, so it's a little fire, or you could paint the inside like a green and then put it with a little PVA glue to give it like a little poison pool, or you know, a poison drum or something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a silver paint down and I'll come back to you then, guys. Waffled on far too much, I do apologise. So let's paint silver with the airbrush of the Belcher. I didn't use airbrush, I just painted on. Then we'll use some Troll Slayer orange, just to dry brush it here and there to give it like a rust effect. Just a funny story. I was here working away. I wasn't recording, but the camera was on. I can see something moving. I caught myself on fire. It's actually myself. I forgot that I had the camera, the screen on. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to give that a dry brush down. I'm going to come back and show you pictures at the end. So guys, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because it means a huge amount to me. Turn your notifications, and please hit the thumbs up, the like button. Share this with your friends so that, you know, word of this channel and what I do here can get to more people and help more people, because this has cost me nothing. A tiny bit of plastic glue and a bit of paint. Maybe 10 minutes of my time, 20 minutes or half an hour of my time. You know, very simple, very easy. Let's spread the word. Let's get you know, other people that have limited crafting skills to train, or have limited funds. Make something like this is so simple, so easy. And from here, you could actually glue this onto something and have just barrels in a little pit area, or you can just have them scattered terrain like I did the last battle pool. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna dry brush that, come back and show you some pretty pictures. Hit the buttons for me. Until next time, take it easy, but I'll show you some pretty pictures. See you later, guys.